Hi everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. If there is a zodiac that pops out and is standing out to me, we are going to give the reading to that zodiac sign. If that be the case, I will put the name in the beginning of the title. Otherwise, this is going to be a collective reading. Well, I guess all of them are collective readings anyway. Alright, I'm looking at Ten of Pentacles and also the Empress. I'm seeing an opportunity being handed to you here. In more ways than one, it looks like I'm seeing Ace of Wands and also Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, response of some sort. Ten of Pentacles shows you being in a good spot. This would mean that things are solid, that things are sort of like working the way that they're supposed to. This can also be connected with feeling like you've gotten to a point that you've been working towards, because Ten of Pentacles is sort of the adding up of all of the pentacles beforehand. A 10 is going to be like reaching something that's been being worked towards, like sort of finally realizing that point. If you're not there yet, this can be a goal that you have in mind, because I'm seeing Nine of Cups be below. So this can be you looking at sort of what you've accomplished, looking at what you're hoping to accomplish. This feels like it's something in reach for you. I'm also seeing the Empress then be connected with it. So this is sort of about like what you're doing and thanking yourself as you're moving through this process. It can also be about like what's ideal for you. This can be about what's ideal for you as far as the way that you're living, about what you're creating, about what you're breathing life into, those sorts of things. So now that something that really matters to you is coming through, I'm seeing that you could have been going through something before having to do with like your ability to manifest, your ability to create, your connection with your creativity. When I say creativity, I mean like anything that you're producing. It can be like conversations that you're having, it can be the way that you dress, it can be like something that's being produced that's like art, things like that. Choices that you make. Sort of when you are present, what you experience and what comes to you, and then what you're doing with that, what you feel inspired to do with that. I'm seeing Ten of Swords, so it looks like something was going on that may have like challenged that for you. There could have been something that challenged your empowerment, that challenged your belief that's connected with your ability to sort of like put things out there, like that type of thing. However, I'm seeing Saturn here, which is like the cycle is being closed out. It means that you've also done what needed to be done. I see too that as you were going through this sort of difficult situation, feels like there was a sense of strategy moving through this. Also having Nine of Cups shows like remaining hopeful, grateful, those types of things as you went through something that may have been mentally difficult. You could have felt like there were a lot of challenges that you were working through mentally. Having Saturn here shows like you're done with that, like you've completed it. So this doesn't mean like you've flunked it, now it's just it's gonna be coming back. Having the World here shows that this is a cycle that's been completed, so you don't have to go back into this. It means you learned what you needed to learn, you gained the skills that you needed to gain, you've received it, you've integrated it, those types of things. So it's over now. Why do we have this Five of Swords here? Are you not feeling like it's over? This can be a part of you that's like, why did I have to go through that? You see how Have to be mindful of the way that I'm showing these cards. Okay. This is the World. This Five of Swords, you see how it's looking over at the world like that? This can be a feeling of like, why did Saturn have to put me through that? Saturn is like these difficult life circumstances that we find ourselves in. It's like the most difficult earth stuff that we have to work through that ends up really becoming our toolkit. It's like the work that we have to put in to go through those situations that can be really challenging. They can feel like it makes your world really small until you complete these things. Like you're working with sort of the bare minimum when you're working through that. You can't cut corners. If you do, there's like backlash for that. It's just like impossible to sort of cheat your way out of it. And so you have to properly work through it so you accomplish what needs to be accomplished. You're basically like forced to do it until the cycle completes, until you've done what you needed to do. It's like going through a class and how you have to learn what you need to learn and then be able to pass the test. It's that type of thing. Having Five of Swords feels like, yeah, I finished it. I learned what I needed to learn, but Five of Swords can be looking at it and being like, but it was so difficult for me and now I'm feeling kind of shut down because of that, because I had to go through that and it was really hard. So maybe you felt like in order to protect yourself, you needed to shut down. But I'm seeing you feel like salty towards this cycle, towards sort of what, it's almost like you resent the skills that you've gained, can be what this is feeling like. Like, why'd I have to do that? Like, as if it wasn't a choice. But your ego is, of course, not going to feel like it was the choice of your ego. So definitely feeling like there's a problem here. I'm even seeing something sort of be offered to you. Like, I'm seeing this Ace of Cups, but rather than seeing that, it's like still mad about that thing that you had to do over there. It's like you have to pass the test to make it through, and you did. I'm seeing like you did pass the test. I'm seeing you come out on the other side, but I'm seeing you like look back at it like mad at that 100% that you got. And like everything, maybe it's when you look at this, it reminds you of everything that you went through and you still don't feel settled about it. You don't feel settled in the heart space about it. Because it may still not make sense like in the higher chakras to you about this yet. Like heart up, it feels like. But I'm seeing this Ace of Cups like above you, sort of coming down for you. But because of being preoccupied with whatever this was, you may not be seeing it. Actually, let's clarify. What's this Five of Swords about? Ooh, maybe you feel like Saturn took something from you. Some of you, there may still be, you may be in a spot where you thought something was going to be different or that it should have been a different way, and because of the way that it played out, even though you completed the cycle, you may still feel a type of way about those things that happened. Like thought maybe something was going to be different or was like under the impression that it would be. Maybe you passed the test and somebody else passed the test, but you're feeling like a type of way towards whoever else is sort of in class with you. I'm seeing 10 of Cups, which is connected with like joy and fulfillment and happiness. You may feel a bit disconnected, but I'm seeing this be specifically like you not being present, but being very stuck, being like present to the past. Being very stuck on whatever this was that had happened, even though it's not even like happening anymore, but you sort of like keeping this alive because of still like looking back at it. Maybe it just felt like mentally it was a bit too much and that's why you still feel stuck on it. Like the thought hasn't changed yet, the thoughts surrounding it. the feelings surrounding it. I'm seeing also too, you have like a prime opportunity, but you may still be mad about it's about something else that it already happened. So this is something that it's not like an ongoing thing, it's not still happening, but whatever that was, it could have been, it was like, what's the way to describe this? Like, the thing that's coming to mind immediately is saying it was like bad enough that you still feel stuck on it, but that's like completely subjective. But you could still feel, basically still feeling pain because of this, like it's just unprocessed still, even though a situation is over. Ten of Swords, it's over, it's done with. We're not in that cycle anymore. It has completed and you did what you needed to do within it. But I get the vibe that maybe there was something going on that you wanted. It may not have necessarily worked out exactly like that. Even though you completed the cycle and it's over now, you may still feel resentful of that. But this new chapter that you're opening into, like this, yeah, this new cycle, this new beginning, it's supposed to be about like things being really happy and things being really good. See a new chapter, feeling really happy about things, but because of like not letting this go, which, you know, you can't just let something go, it has to be integrated. So it's like needing to recognize the feelings, needing to address it, needing to rectify things, needing to adjust, needing to adapt, needing to integrate, needing to support yourself as you move through it, needing to open your heart. It's like all of those things that it takes in order to fully process this, so you don't have to be weighed down by it anymore. Because Five of Swords is you being like I had to go through something and I had to look out for myself as I went through this, and so I sort of like gained this armor, I put it on, and now I don't feel safe enough to take it off because of what I went through. Like maybe you feel low-key traumatized by whatever this was. So even though it's like it's done, you finished the cycle, you're still having I'm seeing a difficult time taking the armor off, because you're like, well, this is what helped me survive in that cycle, and that's why I needed to have this on. And maybe you feel resentful because it's like, the only reason I had this armor on is because of having to go through this in the first place. It's like that type of thing where it's like, if I didn't have to go through that, I would have never put the armor on in the first place and it wouldn't even be a problem. It's like this whole thing now that I'm seeing is happening. So like you may feel very righteous and justified with keeping this on and just like mad about the whole thing. I'm using the word mad loosely because you know like your exact feelings about this. You just feel a type of way about it. But then because of you having the armor on, it's like the Ace of Cups is over here, so you can connect with something, but you have the armor on, so it like can't reach you. Like you're not receptive to it, is what I'm seeing. And you may respond in a way that's aligned with you not being receptive to it, is what I'm seeing. Maybe also you feel like you had, starting off with Ten of Pentacles can be feeling like you had something, or feeling like you reached or surpassed something or achieved something that you wanted, where it can feel like something was really solid, but then having Ten of Swords can feel simultaneously like there's a lot of pain that was experienced during that time, like too much to, it could have felt like too much to process, and so now you're sort of stuck processing after the fact, even though you're no longer in this situation anymore, but basically like energetically you're still, I think like more than anything it's really just your ego that's still catching up with all of this. But you may feel like more than anything focusing on the Ten of Swords and not seeing the Ace of Wands, not seeing the Ten of Pentacles. Because Ten of Pentacles does show you being in a spot where it's like, wow, look at where you are. Like, things are good, you're safe, you're secure. Five of Swords says otherwise. It says I'm not feeling like that. It may look like that around me, but mentally that's not the space that I'm in right now. Because it even looks like you have something that you want now. But because of what you had gone through, could feel like, well, I'm having a really hard time connecting. Your guides are telling you to focus on moving forward. So maybe right now it's not even going to be addressing that. It's just about moving forward. Maybe to give you a little bit of space, and then you can go back into this. I'm seeing there's something that you're going to be moving forward with, but I'm getting this feeling of being very, very distracted by what had happened. So it can be very difficult to be present. You can take that energy and put it into something that is like firing you up in some way, or something that you really enjoy, or something that you feel really interested in, something that catches your attention more than this, because this is like turning into a mental game is what I'm seeing, like with you and yourself and your perspective of this situation. I'm seeing your guides be trying to like turn you forward, and to have this, I feel like you're gonna take all of the feelings that are associated with this, which can be like I'm mad about that, I'm feeling angry about it, I don't understand, like just all of those things, I feel guarded, and shift it into this energy. Like this feels like doing something constructive with that energy, like maybe changing form and changing it into a fire energy. Like this feels like transitioning air to fire. So you add some inspiration, like adding that heat to it, like adding your life force to something over here that's going to be a beneficial path for you. Because this is like focus on the past. This is about moving forward with things and doing something that feels interesting, inspiring, something that can hold your attention, and maybe more so than whatever this was. Because this can be something holding your attention, but you feel like it's really dragging you down. This would be something that holds your attention, but it feels inspiring and empowering to you. And maybe that's exactly what you need, because this is not an empowered card. This is somebody that feels disempowered and feels like they need to shut down their heart space, because when they had it open, they got hurt. And so closing it down. This is going to be the way to open it back up. So I'm not even seeing your guides be like, just focus on this and work on this. They're like, focus on something else and work on something else and just move in that direction and see what happens. Because it feels like it's going to give you what you need to be able to talk about this or process this, whatever it is. And so this is also moving forward with whatever this is, the path in front of you that you want to move that way. It's going to help you like loop back around to take care of this, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, I get this vibe too, that having Five of Swords and having that be connected with Knight of Cups can be like not sharing from like a deeper place emotionally, because Knight of Cups is someone that's going to be making like emotionally in tuned movement. Five of Swords would shut one down from that, because the cups are connected with the heart space. So this is like saying something may have been said, but because of being disconnected when saying that, it's like it didn't really come from the heart space. It would have been coming from somewhere else. So maybe something was like presently said, but it was from a different space. So it's kind of like somebody being like, well, I'm feeling this way, but it was never a feeling. It was just like a thought, like it was connected to the mental energy because the gateway of the heart channel wasn't open. So nothing could sort of access that, and nothing could be spoken on that either. But someone may have spoken anyway, and it came from that shut down space. Like of a protective space. This is about what you want. It's about your empowerment. So it feels like shifting from a space where one is not feeling particularly empowered, shifting over to a space where one does feel more so empowered. Completing the cycle. Nine of Cups is about what you want, and Empress is about like believing that that can happen, like that's possible for you. Feeling empowered because you're aligned with your values. And that's connected with like your self-esteem and your self-worth, like those sorts of things. And that's like really what this cycle is about. But it could have felt like it was about something else, interpreting it from a more shut, like closed off space. What I'm seeing too is that it looks like this has granted you an opportunity to connect with something, to connect with a path that is like actually very much aligned with what you want, but having a difficult time seeing that because of what you've gone through. So I'm seeing there be like this opportunity in front of you, which is like really aligned with what you want, but because of being shut down, like being closed off to actually being able to perceptively see that. So that's why I'm seeing your guides be like, move in the direction of what is like something that's holding your attention that feels beneficial to you, and go that way. Those are going to be the first steps to take here. And it's going to help you like channel what needs to be communicated in a way that is currently like shut down or locked down or like closed down, like that type of thing is what I'm seeing. It feels too like there's a really big emotional shift that's happening, and you could feel a little bit out of it because of that. You could feel a little bit overwhelmed because of that, those types of things. Try to steady the ship as best you can, like be making practical moves that like slowly add up to what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. Then you're going to be able to share in the way that you want to. This feels like some type of like channeling from the heart space or something. Like there's going to be, it means that you're going to more clearly be able to understand what you want, to like know that better, and also be able to communicate in like some type of particular way that you could have been feeling blocked from before. So I'm also seeing that be part of this too. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I'm seeing Venus and I'm seeing Saturn together. I want to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.